So I was going to do a not so comprehensive, but at least a fairly deep dive into the 100th anniversary of the Chinese Communist Party, but that's going to have to wait for another day, mostly because why would I bother giving them a day and linking them together with the great celebration that should be Canada Day? And then also, just making them wait for a day is kind of fine, mostly because there's some breaking-ish news that's out there that I would much rather talk about instead, and it has to do with Trump and his organization. Now, a couple days ago, it let leak that the Manhattan District Attorney was not going to be pursuing any charges against the Trump organization. No. They were much more worried about the goings-on of the longtime CFO of the Trump organization, Weisselberg. Let's get that correct. The same general idea, same hook nose. Anyways, Trump organization, a criminal probe against CFO is scorched earth attempt to go after Trump. Yeah, you don't think the dude's been there for fucking ever, and he's been linked with Trump for a long goddamn time, so it just kind of seems a little bit, I don't know, politically motivated. Can we agree on that? I think we probably can. Let's see what's going on. Trump organization has reacted to reports that its chief financial officer, Alan Weisselberg, has surrendered to the Manhattan Prosecutor and may face a grand jury indictment. May. A lot of mays. In a statement on July 1st, the company described the criminal probe against Weisselberg and the company as a political witch hunt. That's probably what you should do, because it kind of seems like it. Alan Weisselberg is a loving and devoted husband, father, and grandfather. Well, he could also be a crook at the same time, but let's see what they allege. Who has worked at the Trump organization for 48 years. Lord have mercy. He is now being used by the Manhattan District Attorney as a pawn in a scorched earth attempt to harm the former president. Yeah, very much think so, because if he was doing some fucked up shit like they're alleging, saying that, oh no, this has been going on for a long time, wouldn't you think he would have done that before Trump started running, or while the campaign was there? Or do you just think that this is one of those things where, oh, okay, we couldn't get Trump directly, so we'll just get everybody who's attached to his company? Cool. The district attorney is bringing a criminal prosecution involving employee benefits that neither the IRS nor other district attorney would ever think of bringing. Yeah, the weaponization of the IRS is a thing that's been happening for, a long old goddamn time. That dates back to the first term of the Barack Obama presidency. So they would be going after the Trump organization full fucking tilt, considering who's at the controls right now. This is not justice, this is politics. It sure smells that way, but again, this guy could also be a total fucking scumbag, so we can't quite keep that off the table yet, but I want to see some facts. Weisselberg's attorneys confirmed to news outlets that he surrendered on July 1st. The Trump organization didn't respond to a request for comment by Press Time. The charges come in midst of a nearly 3-year investigation by Democrat Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance's office into the Trump organization. Oh, see, he's been doing research for all that time, and it just took that long for them to press any charges. A real estate firm owned by President Donald Trump. Yes, we know the Trump organization is owned by Trump. Thanks for doing your due diligence, kids. A former commander-in-chief has described Vance's probe as a partisan affair designed to politically wound him. A lawyer for Trump earlier this week told Politico that Vance's office informed him that Trump won't face charges in the case. Yeah, Trump won't face charges. It's just going to be everybody around him right now. It's going to be one of those political moves, and I can imagine what CNN's headline is right now, but I have so many tabs I don't feel like opening up another one. You guys could probably just do a little cursory search by typing in, CNN.com and seeing Trump associate charged with fraud and money laundering. They'll just do anything because Orange Man gets clicks. But again, what are the charges, okay? And yeah, if it comes out that there's going to be a plea deal out of this, this is what happens with these big organizations. Instead of going through all the rigmaroles and the court costs and the legal fees that are out there, you'll plead down to a lesser sentence and all of this shit's just going to go away. It's something that happens all the goddamn time, except for in one prominent case, which I've been waiting to do, and oh boy, I can't wait to talk about it. But yeah, this is kind of standard practice, okay? But yeah, back to this. We asked, is there anything else? Trump's lawyer, Ronald Fischetti, told the Political News website on June 28th, referring to the conversation he had with Vance's office. They said no. It's crazy that's all they had. They just said this is an indictment, comes down, Trump won't be charged, our investigation is ongoing. Last week, Fischetti said the company shouldn't be indicted for allegedly not paying taxes on benefits. Yeah, you'd imagine if he's the CFO of a company this large, accountants and other lawyers would be going over all of this shit with a fine-tooth comb to find out if anything illegal has been happening. And nothing's been alleged at a wide scale like this before, so either they've been paying everybody off or whatever the fucking tinfoil hat brigade would be out there saying, oh, see, Trump knows everybody because he was the president, so he'd be able to skirt the IRS and he'd just be able to get away with it because Orange Man crooked. Or there's just nothing there and Weisselberg is just working on this to fucking go away. And for all accounts, it just looks like the charges are against him right now, okay? And that the Trump organization, that which he still works for because he hasn't been released or anything like that because he's only been alleged to have done this stuff, which we know where allegations end up getting you at the end of the day. They've just come out with a very strongly worded statement to their own that, yeah, no, he's a good man and this is a political fucking hack job. But yeah, let's finish this up here. In a separate case, New York Attorney General Lolita James, a Democrat, informed the Trump organization that they're pushing criminal charges against the company. Initially, James's probe was a civil case. She was the one who campaigned on the fact, if you elect me as Attorney General of New York, I will be prosecuting Donald Trump when he leaves office. That was her mantra. That's why she got elected. That and the fact that she got the Democratic nomination, but that's mostly why she got the Democratic nomination, because nobody else would be that stupid to promise anything that, yeah, you wouldn't have any receipts for. But okay, we've informed the Trump organization that our investigation into the organization is no longer purely civil in nature. Ooh. James spokesperson Fabian Levy said in a statement last month, another Jew. That case also involves the firm's tax dealings. Oh my god. Like taxes on benefits. Okay, we got it. We'll see where this goes after this. But again, is a plea deal going to be likely? Probably. Or if there's nothing there to be found, is this just going to be one of those show trials? Probably. But how about what's going on in Kamala's world? Because we're having the staffers come out of her office that's only been the office of hers for the vice presidency for a couple of months at this point, and she already has staffers making headlines by saying they feel like they've been treated like shit and the work environment is abusive. But apparently Bill Clinton wants to stick up for Kamala because I don't know, maybe she just wraps her tongue underneath and hits that little vein there. So I don't know why Bill Clinton of all people would have insight into Kamala's workings, but okay. Well, actually I would, but we're talking about the office. So former President Bill Clinton and the Democrat establishment on Thursday contradicted Vice President Kamala Harris's staffers who feel treated like shit and work in an abusive environment. Yeah, you couldn't tell by the way that Kamala Harris carries herself. No. She seems like such a chipper and cheery person all the time. In fact, she laughs all the time. So of course she's a happy person to be around. Ugh. The internal frustration is directed at Tina Flournoy, Harris's chief of staff, who White House staffers say has a reputation for being extreme and for refusing to delegate and second-guessing other staffers, a micromanaging cunt. But after the initial report, Clinton and other Democrat establishments are coming out in droves to protect Flournoy and ultimately Harris, who I'd imagine Flournoy probably has significant ties to Clinton and the Clinton family and that entire inner working structure, because as you can see there, this is another one of those instances that yeah, there's definitely some kind of a political divide that's happening in the White House. There's the Kamala Harris camp and there's the Joe Biden camp. Okay, maybe Joe Biden is just too out of it to mistreat anybody that he's working with, but you'd have to think that wouldn't Joe be the first person to be sticking up for Kamala Harris in the way that she would treat people there, and it wouldn't have to fall on the good nature of stand-up guy Bill Clinton? I don't know. Clinton told CNBC Tina Flournoy, ran my office for more than 8 years. There's the connection. Making it more efficient, effective, and transparent. She made it easier, not harder for me to advance my philanthropic work and my post-presidential activities and keep in touch with my friends. Yes, the ones where in Haiti or on Epstein's Island. I don't know which friends you're talking about here, Bill. She has a unique ability to use both her hands at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry, to focus on the big picture and adapt to changing conditions. Nice, plain vagaries. And she does it all with a great sense of humor and no gag reflexes. Oh, and an unwavering belief that we all have an ability and an obligation to make a difference. She's an extraordinary person. I'm so fortunate and forever grateful to have her as my chief of staff. Now, do you guys want to hear a saxophone solo? And again, okay, how does that discredit any of the claims coming out of the current office of Vice President Harris? I don't know. She was a good person a long time ago, okay? You gotta believe her. She's not like that now. What the fuck are we doing here? What's going on? Clinton spokesperson Mac McKenna, who worked with Flournoy, also praised her for her helping to create a much-needed structure for Clinton's office. Again, this is all circling around Clinton's office, okay? She was good for the Clintons. Maybe that means something totally different with the millennials that Kamala Harris is either staffing, or there's a different mindset that's going on there. Some things are not really connecting. I think Tina put some much needed structure and guardrails around the operation, and I'm grateful for it. Okay, so I'm starting to lead towards the fact that the millennials that are being staffed with Kamala Harris, yeah, they don't necessarily like the regimented schedule. Somebody who used to work in, I don't know, the fucking early aughts. Maybe it's been lost on that generation. The individual responsible for introducing Flournoy to Harris, Minion Moore, who also worked at the White House during Clinton's term, tweeted, Tina Flournoy is focused, disciplined, and a person I would want by my side. Okay, again, none of this really discredits anything that's going on. Multiple other allies, as CNBC reported, tweeted their support of Flournoy. Ex-Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton aide Jennifer Palmieri tweeted, Chiefs of staff gotta run interference. Don't always make you popular, but that's part of the job. Protect the boss's time. Yep, that's exactly what has happened with Democrats. Flournoy worked for Bill Clinton. Barack Obama had Valerie Jarrett. And now Kamala Harris gets the recycled Tina. And it's amazing who's not making any statements on this situation, at least right now. That's anybody in the Biden camp. Yeah, man, even if we go all the way back down to the bottom, all we see, the closest we got is, somebody affiliated with the Barack Obama camp. And we know all of those leaked messages and everything from behind the scenes when it comes to Barack Obama. Never underestimate what situation Joe can fuck up, or how long it took for Barack Obama to endorse his former vice president. Barack hates Joe. Joe doesn't know who Kamala is most days, unless she's wearing her name tag. Probably refers to her as the colored girl who shows up on the bus. So yeah, those were a couple of stories that broke today that are of consequence, are going to be going somewhere, and really needed some cleaning up, because we talked about Trump and his organization being investigated, Trump not being charged, and then his CFO gets charged, and then the division within the White House between Harris and Biden and what that's produced so far. Where it goes from there, I don't know. We're just at the tip of this fucking iceberg, and it's going to get a hell of a lot weirder going out from here. With that said, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.